After practice yesterday, Dan Campbell spoke about the offense. Got this from Gina Trotman at her Twitter account, Channel 7. Credit them. And here's what he had to say about the Lions offense and where they are right now. Well, I'll give you part of that wasn't in the soundbite, but was a quote when you start thinking about like college classes and, you know, how the higher up you work, the higher the number. Dan Campbell said, we're at 202 now instead of 101. It's now how fast we grow now that we are at the second level. The offense was good last year. Dan Campbell thinks they're ahead of where they were last year. Now, is it last year at this time or just last year when they finished the season is kind of an important distinction. But it was a top 5 offense. And I do sense a little undercurrent of distrust that Lions fans have with this offense. Little undercurrent. But, I mean, this group, what do they have that's elite? An offensive line. Everything else is really, really efficient. Jared Goff, and it's not just the end of last year, it was the end of the previous year, has really kind of found his stride here in Detroit and is playing some of the best football of his career. And it's wild because there's something kind of counterintuitive when it comes to Goff. Sometimes people don't trust a player's success. Goff was a number 1 overall pick. Number 1 overall picks, the expectation's high for them. But when they have success, people expect it. And Goff, I guess because of his time in LA, it really feels like some people still don't trust him. I do. And I think I credit him and I credit Ben Johnson. And just the one thing that could take this offense to the next level that just feels like it's right there for the taking is Jameson Williams. He just has to do it on the field. He has to prove that he can get it done. He's got so much talent. Nobody denies that. It's on display at practice every day. We're going to see it for ourselves firsthand next week. But he's got a ton of ability. And if he can live up to that potential, wow, this could be a good group. An incredibly good group offensively. And Dan Campbell thinks they're ahead of where they were a year ago.
You know, we're 5 weeks away from overreacting to the Chiefs-Lions game.
Yep, it's 5 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah, but today's the day we overreact.
Exactly.
You know, so
Yep.
we'll have that Friday show where we overreact one way or the other. But then 6 weeks from then, it's when Jameson Williams comes back, though, and there's a different reaction because you won't have Jameson Williams week 1. So no matter what happens, if the Lions score 40 points, you're going to be like, oh, my God, what happens when J-Mo gets on the field? Or if they score 14 points, I think people might be like, we need Jameson Williams on the field.
Right.
But it's going to be an overreaction. But either way, according to Dan Campbell, they're ahead. They're far ahead of where they were last year, and they're a damn good offense that last 10 games of the year.